Welcome to Date Night Inbox. This is a yoga edition. My name is Elena Bradford, and I'll be teaching the class today. This is my reluctant husband, Scott Bradford. I own Half Moon Yoga Studio in Aiken, South Carolina, and I've been teaching yoga for about 13 years. Scott has never taken a yoga class ever in his life, so if you have any hesitant first beginners out there, you're in good company. Partner yoga is a great way to bond with your partner. It's a different way to experience touch and trust and movement, and also invite a little bit of element of play into it. So I hope that you have fun tonight, and let's get started. We're gonna start seated, and each partner is gonna face back to back. So you're gonna sit in a cross-legged position, whichever is comfortable for you. If you have trouble getting your knees to rest on the floor, an option is you can roll a blanket or a pillow and stuff them under your knees, or you can actually sit on top of a blanket or a pillow to help elevate your hips. So you want to be in a comfortable position where you don't have to clench your legs. You're going to back all the way up to your partner, and then you're going to go ahead and close your eyes. And you're going to feel your shoulders begin to press to one another, and then even the back of the skull meets with your partner. And just start to take a few slow, deep breaths. Maybe you can even feel your partner breathing, and you can sync your breath together with them. Begin to lean in towards one another. And then you're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to extend our arms out into a T position. So you want to keep the wrists in alignment with the shoulders. The partner is going to do the same. And then you're going to take your hands to the inside. So you want the palms to be pressed. This can be a little tricky if your partner is taller, has longer arms than you. You can press against the wrists. But you want to make sure that you have a nice firm connection. You're going to take a deep breath in and sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you're going to push against one another and twist to one side. You're going to make that twist happen from the belly and keep your chin lifted. Good. Breathe in through center. Exhale, push into each other's palms and twist. Hold here. And come back. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. Exhale and twist. You can even look over your shoulder, maybe take a glimpse of your partner, and inhale, come back to center. Exhale and twist. Slowly finding yourself back to stacked. We're going to bring our hands to the floor. If you would like, if your hips are getting tense, you can kind of switch your leg position, take the opposite foot in front, and settle into your hips there. Find the alignment of the spine, sit up nice and tall, and they're going to breathe in and extend our arms out into T position again. Find the connection of the palms. Oh, good. Little improv. So he put his hands inside mine first, so if you want to switch it up, that's a good idea to do. Now we're going to take an inhale, and you're going to take one set of hands down to the floor. Start to reach the other set upward towards the ceiling, and then maybe take a little side stretch here, pressing your ribs out to the side, and then breathe in, feeling the stacking and alignment of the spine, and exhale towards the other side. Once you've connected your movement with breath, start to connect the movement with your partner. Moving in unison, keeping it nice and even and smooth. If you're feeling tight on one space and you want to hold that stretch, pause. Take a few rounds of breath. And come back to center. Release the hands down to the floor. If your shoulders are getting tired, just take a little roll. Then we're going to breathe in. We're going to take both of our arms up overhead. So your partner is going to take his own hands overhead, his or hers, press the palms upward, and then you're going to twist towards the right. So your partner's going to go right, you're going to go right. One hand is going to reach for your partner's thigh, other way, and your other hand is going to find your own thigh, so twist the other way. Good. So you're going to breathe in, you're going to press against your partner, press against yourself, and then exhale, twist, pressing into each other's backs. Take a breath in and out. Come back to center. Release your hands. Inhale, arms stretch up overhead. Exhale, twisting to the left. Left hand finds your partner's thigh. Right hand finds your thigh. Yep, good. Lean against each other, lift and lengthen. Exhale and twist. And slowly coming back to center. Good. Now the next move is going to be some different variations with the legs depending on your flexibility. So your partner is going to go forward and the other partner is going to press against them. So the receiver is going to bring their hands in front of them. That's you, honey. Take your hands to the floor in front of you. Yep. And you're going to lean forward. Now I'm going to start to lean back, and just by using my body weight, deepen his stretch. This is where you're going to have to talk to one another and figure out what is going to work best for them. So do you want more stretch or you feel good here?
More.
More. He's very flexible, even though he doesn't do yoga. So since he wants more, I'm going to bring my feet to the floor. By doing so, I'm going to have a little more leverage. So I'm going to start to lift my hips and lean against him even further. The nice thing about the receiver is he's going to get a deeper stretch. And for me, if I want to take a little heart opener or a shoulder stretch, I can reach my hands up overhead and then start to lift my hips, sliding down his shoulders. Hold here for a few breaths. And then exhale, gently bringing your seat back down towards the floor. Let your partner press into you as they lift themselves up. Good. Now, for symmetry's sake, you can continue on. The partner is going to switch their leg position and you're going to repeat this on the other side. But just for time's sake, we're going to go ahead and switch to me now. So your partner, if size is an issue, one is much larger than the other, just make sure you talk to one another so you don't get crushed. So I'm going to bring my hands forward. You're going to make contact with my back, so go ahead and lean against me. I'm going to start to walk forward, holding down. You can rest your head on my back if that feels good. If you want to sweep your arms overhead, you can reach over towards my fingers. Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly walking back up. Another fun variation for that, if you need a nice inner thigh stretch, you can take a little butterfly pose, bring the soles of your feet together, and repeat that sequence again. So from here, this is where the play is going to come in. Again, if you have a size difference in your partners, this could make or break you. So we're going to try it. But what we're going to do is we're going to lock our arms together, and you're going to bring your feet flat to the floor. You're going to have to really trust each other with this, and you're going to push as hard as you can against each other and try to rise to standing. So we'll see if we're successful at this. So we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. Exhale, prepare. Press into your feet. It's not happening. Try to lean less against me and I'll lean more against you. You ready? Okay. So take it into your legs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! So improvise, play with your partner, find what works for you at home. We're gonna start by facing each other. And you're gonna step maybe 3 to 4 feet apart depending on your height. We're gonna take our hands upwards, so we're gonna keep the fingertips facing up and press your palms. Now you're gonna take your feet back a little more. Good. So then when you come down, the fingertips are gonna stay high, but you're gonna hinge at the hips and send your seat back and feel a nice chest opener here. Good. You gaze into your partner's eyes and tell them something really sweet. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale and melt your chest. One more breath in and out. And you're going to press against each other as you slowly pull upward and hands come down. Good work. Now we're going to face side by side. You're going to lock your wrists together. So he's going to wrap around my wrist, I'm going to wrap around his wrist. You're going to kind of step away from each other. Good. You're going to take a little lean. Again, another trust exercise. If your partner's a lot larger than you, maybe tell him not to lean so much. Stretch the shoulder. Good. Hold here. and slowly come back to center. Keeping this arm length, we're gonna breathe in and sweep our opposite hand up over by our ear, and then start to find your side stretch. So you're gonna bend at the waist, see if you can find your partner's hand. You may have to look upward, make contact, and then you're gonna roll your top shoulder open, turn your gaze towards the ceiling. Breathe. Yoga is not yoga without the breath. Inhale, exhale. One more time, breathe in and out. Slowly release the hands, come back to center. And then we're just gonna turn around, do the other side. So turn to face the opposite direction, find your wrist lock, step your feet apart, maybe take a little lean, stretch the shoulder, find the balance between each other. And coming back to center, hips over your ankles. Take a breath in, sweep your top arm up and over, look. Make sure you see your partner's hand, grab a hold of it, and then start to twist your chest open. Take a deep breath into the right ribs. Exhale it out. One more. And slowly release, coming back. Now, if you're new to yoga, maybe you want to repeat that again or just watch this next one. If you have a little experience, this is a fun little bonus posture. It's called dancer pose. So in this position with a partner, you're going to mirror each other. So you're going to place your opposite hands against each other. Press your palms. Same scenario with the first standing exercise. You want to step your feet apart so that when you lean your chest forward, the fingertips go upward. So first, match the energy with your partner. And then we're going to stand on one foot. Mirror each other, find your balance on that one leg. If it's possible, take your left hand, bring your heel to your seat and grab a hold of that ankle. Maybe you stay here and just find a quad stretch. Or if you want to go for the balance posture, you're going to take your shoulder that the hand is extended from and lock it onto your back. It's not going to move out of place. Keep your hand here. Good. Now you're going to press against each other, start to lean and kick your leg back, catching it with your hand, opening into your dancer pose. Good. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly in with each other. Come out. Good work. Shake it out. And then you can repeat the other side at home if that was fun for you. So the next exercise, we're going to go ahead and come down to the floor. You're going to find a double wrist lock. So either one partner's hand is under or on top, your choice. You're going to step your feet back a little bit and then straighten the arms and kind of lean back against one another. Now we're going to bend our knees and see if we can find our seat. So low, low, low. He's going easy on me because he's a lot heavier than I am. And find your seat. Good. Now we're going to extend our legs to straight. See if you cannot lose contact with the wrist hold. We're going to have to lengthen it out. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And you're going to lean forward until you can find each other's hands. If you have really tight hamstrings, a side note, you can grab 2 towels and each person can hold an end of the towel so that you've got something to grab. So we're going to breathe in. I'm going to pull him forward towards me on an exhale, and he's going to tell me when he's had enough. Are you good? Good. So once they're good, in order to maintain the integrity of your spine, the giving partner, you're going to sit up nice and tall and draw your shoulders onto your back, engage your core. Hold steady. Yoga is a wonderful way to give back to the person you love. So you want to make sure that they're getting what they need. And when you're ready, slowly come up. And exhale, you're going to pull me forward. Taking it nice and slow. And coming back up to center. Good. So now we're going to release hands. We're going to take more of a straddle position. So the legs are going to come wide. I'm going to allow him to go first. So what I'm going to do is ask him to take his toes straight up and flex his feet. I'm going to turn my toes outside so that I can kind of press against the inner arches of his feet. Again, we're gonna see we can take a wrist lock or a hand hold, whatever works depending on your flexibility. We're gonna take more of an inner thigh stretch. So you're gonna breathe in and sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, I'm gonna softly pull him forward. This one is a little more of a vulnerable stretch. It gets into the groin, so make sure that you move slowly. Make sure your partner is talking to you and that you're listening. Good. Nothing like a good pulled muscle at a date night in. Take one more breath, and then slowly come back to center. So we're gonna switch feet position. I'm gonna flex my feet. He's gonna take his toes outside and press into the inner arches of my feet. Good. Breathe in and out, slowly pulling me forward. Let your chin come down to your chest. And again, just know if any of this is feeling really good for one or the other, continue going back and forth, holding longer, whatever feels good. Now we're going to take both toes facing north, and you're going to press your feet together. So can you take your legs a little wider now? Okay, good. And you're going to extend your right arms across. So you're going to have this sort of opposite diagonal hand hold. Let's see if we can clasp wrists. Good. If you can clasp wrists, that's really better. If not, grab a towel again. So we're going to inhale, take our left arm up by our left ear, and we're both going to hinge towards the side. So opening up the side torso, and you can sort of pull your partner through, trying to take that bottom shoulder towards you. Take another breath. And coming back to center. Good. Go ahead and grab my left hand, block that wrist. Release the right arm. Breathe in, scoop it up and over. Exhale. Again, a gentle pull, so you're trying to thread that person's bottom shoulder through and forward. And coming back. Good. Grab my hand. Good job. Let's release. So now we're going to bend our knees, and we're going to come into more of a massage technique for the other person. So I'm going to ask Scott to come into child's pose. Child's pose is when you're on your shins, and you look like this.
That's right.
So options for this child pose, if you have a really tight low back, you want to keep the thighs close together. If you want more of an inner thigh stretch, you can take the knees wide and the big toes to touch, just some different variations. And what we're going to do is the giving partner is going to get on top of that receiving and bring your hands to their low back. The nice thing about this move is you can lean your body weight into it, so you're not having to work too hard with your shoulders and your arms. You're just going to start to walk your hands up your partner's spine, moving nice and slow until you can feel their shoulder blades on their back. Once you meet their shoulder blades, you're just going to lean a little more and give them a nice spine stretch. And then slowly coming back down. Place your hands right at the low back, that nice large sacral joint, and then again give it another little lean and then push. How'd that feel?
Good.
Good. So again, repeat on the other partner, and then we'll move on to the next move. We're going to come back to our original seated position, in the very first posture that we took at the beginning of this sequence. And you're going to find your alignment back to back. Find your seat. Then we're going to extend our arms out into our T position. One palm is going to be placed in front of the other. Now we're going to take a little opener here through the shoulders. So on your next inhale, you're going to lengthen up through your spine. As I exhale, I'm going to push against my husband's hands and bring them towards me to open up his chest. This is going to create a little more weight for him to lean on me. And I'm going to start to take his fingertips down towards the floor. Does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. Can I go further?
Good.
Okay. And then hold. Tell your partner to breathe. Coming back to center, nice and slow. Take an inhale through your nose, and an exhale, he's going to try to bring his hands together and open me up, leaning back. And stacking it up. Make sure you maintain contact with the hands and then release. Good. And in closing, just take a moment to sit. Notice how you feel after that practice. Hopefully you feel a little stretched out, a little calmer, maybe a little less fearful of yoga if this was your first time. And a new bonding experience with your partner. And let's bring our hands into prayer at the heart. Thank our partner for joining us. Thank you for being here. Love you.
Love you.
Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us.